This channel here, Metatron's Academy, he's some kind of linguistic, same like Language Jones, and he also made videos about the polyglot YouTubers, saying that they're fake. But same time, him and Language Jones, they pretend that they know many languages. I don't know how many they pretend to know, if they pretend to know 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 languages. But I don't really see any proof of them speaking those languages. Even this Language Jones, he just made some few videos pretending that he know, I cannot remember if it was Russian or what language, and then he just make some edited videos only saying few words. And same with this guy, Metatron's Academy. He say that he can speak, I don't know if it's like 7 or 8 languages or how many. And then he will say that it's Italian and I don't know if Sicilian or Latin. Like, I don't know if you even count to Sicilian and Latin as languages, or if anyone is using those languages. And then he say that he stayed in Japan for like 12 years. And I don't know if it's true. Did he really stay in Japan for 12 years or is just some made up story? And then he will say that he go to England and learned English, of course. And then he will say, like he will say that he's from Italy. And I don't know if it's true that he's from Italy, but he will say that he's from Italy. Then he go to England and learned English. And then he will say while he was in England, he made friends with some with some French guy, and then this French guy teach him French. Like, I don't know, it sounds same like when you watch the channel of Steve Kaufman, when he would say that, oh, I moved to some country, then I learned a little from this language, then I traveled to this country, I learned a little from this language. I don't know if it's real or just some made up story. Then after he would say, this guy Metatron, then he would say after that he also learned Greek or some other languages. And where is the proof that he can speak those languages? And I saw one video of him that he will speak in different languages in the same video. And I think it was not this one, I'm not sure. This video or the other video. I think this one he only talk about it. But I see some video where he will say few words in every language and it's full of edits and it looks very fake. If he is really from Italy, then he can speak Italian and then English. That's 2 languages, and the rest, I don't know, it seems like it's made up. I think he also said that he can speak Spanish, and he will say he can speak Spanish because he speak Italian, then he'll also learn Spanish. I don't know if it's real or not. Well, let's take a look on some parts of this video here.
Metatron's Academy. We're going to talk about a little bit of a personal story, and among all the languages that I've studied throughout my life, which one was in fact the hardest to learn. Alright, so right off the bat I'd like to say let's talk about the languages that I've studied so we can discuss different.
Look here, it looks like he's writing hello. He's writing hello in 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 languages like that. So he wants to pretend that he can speak all those languages. Just because you practice a little in every language, it doesn't mean you can speak the language. And I noticed him and Language Jones, they will make some videos pretending that they can speak a language, then they will just say few words or few sentences in that language. Same time they will speak also in English. Like this Language Jones also, he do like this, he will just say few words in Russian and then speaking the rest of the video in English. Same like this guy here, he will just say few words or few sentences and make some edits also and reading from a script, and then they pretend they can speak many languages.
But as I always say on this channel, of course difficulty is very subjective rather than just read and write in a language, fascination towards a language and also where you're coming. As I have said several times on this channel, I was brought up sort of bilingually in the sense that Italian is my first language, but
Okay, So is Italian really his first language, and is he from Italy? Then I know many people will get angry at me or attack me, especially his supporters. And they'll say, of course he's from Italy. Okay, let's say he's from Italy. Okay, let's say he's from Italy. Then he can speak Italian and English. Then his supporters will get angry and say, no, he can also speak 5 or 6 or 7 other languages. I don't see any proof of that.
Brought up in Sicily, Sicilian, which I understand for some people it's not a language, it's a dialect. We've already discussed this.
Yeah, here he said that he also speaks Sicilian, and some people say that's a dialect. Okay, then what? Then should I also say that because I speak Danish, then I can also speak Swedish and Norwegian just because I can speak Danish? Or because I speak Arabic, then I should say that, okay, then I speak Egyptian Arabic, and then I should say that I also can speak this Arabic Fusha, or that I can speak Tunisian Arabic or Algerian Arabic or Moroccan Arabic or other Arabic dialects, or I like, what is that? Like, it's just nonsense.
I think it is a regional language. Sicilian was also something that I can speak naturally and I can switch. And even though Sicilian and Italian are of course similar, in my opinion, it still counts as bilingualism because your brain is not influenced and does not differentiate communicative systems.
Yeah, but in how many countries can you go and speak Sicilian with them? So how useful is it? Can you go speak Sicilian to people in Germany or some other country? Or is it just some specific place in Italy or somewhere? Even if you go to other parts of Italy and try to speak Sicilian with them, maybe they will not understand you.
On the basic of
that's if you actually can speak Sicilian and you're not just telling us like, oh, I can speak Sicilian. Like, what is the proof? And he made some video telling the polyglot YouTubers to make proof that they can speak the languages, and they should make some live stream with him, or that he will find some other person from that country who can speak that language and make live stream with the polyglot YouTuber to prove that they can speak those languages. Maybe you should do the same for yourself also. Why you don't prove that you can speak this Italian, Sicilian, Japanese, Greek, Spanish, or Latin, or all those things? Why don't prove it on a live stream with people who can speak the language, and not some made up live stream that you fix it with some of your friends that help you to make it look like it's real?
Politics, geopolitical context. Italian and Spanish are mutually intelligible, and Sicilian and Italian are not. I mean, makes no sense. So I do feel that I was brought up bilingual. I have had the chance of creating those synaptic.
And what I'm thinking now that now they want to say, okay, the polyglot YouTubers are fake. So if you make a channel calling yourself polyglot YouTuber, then you're fake. Or if you make some channel, call yourself lingua or linguistic, then it means that you can speak 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 languages because you call yourself linguistic. Then they'll make some linguistic channels speaking 10 languages. If you say now he can speak 7 or 8 languages, then after a few years he will make it 10 languages or 12 languages, then what's the difference between that and what the polyglot YouTubers are doing? The only difference is that you will call yourself linguistic instead of polyglot. And that's why this other guy, Language Jones, on one of his videos, he will say that he don't like the term polyglot. Okay. So if you don't call yourself polyglot, but you will call yourself linguistic, then it means that suddenly you can speak 7 or 8 or 10 languages and that it's real.
Paths in my brain. My next language was, of course, English, which I learned and picked up in my teens, although I have to say, late teens. As those who have been following me for a while already know, when I was in my teens, I moved to England, to the UK, where I spent a few years, and that's when I picked up my English, which is why when I speak English, even though you can still tell that I'm not a native speaker, and of course there is always room for improvement, I think it's fair to say that you can tell that at least the English I picked up I definitely picked it up in England. As I was living in the UK, I spent some time and shared a flat with a Frenchman because we were colleagues, and then as I was...
And you say that you have a dialect when you speak English because he's from Italy. But is he really from Italy? And this dialect he have is maybe some made up dialect that he do to pretend that he was from Italy or something, but I know people will say some bullshit to me. Okay, but let's say he's from Italy. Let's say that he's from Italy. Okay, he is an Italian. Then he can speak 10 languages because he's an Italian. All Italians can speak 10 languages, or 7 or 8 or 9 languages. He's from Italy, then he can speak Italian. That's one language. Then he learned English, that's 2 languages. The rest, the other languages, for me, it looks fake. I don't see any proof. And I looked on this channel, I did not see any proof that he can speak those languages. And then people say that he have another channel before that have more subscribers or more viewers like that. I found that channel, and I also don't see any proof that he can speak those languages.
Kind of working with him, I asked him, hey, can you speak to me? Which is why when I...
Also listen this one. Listen this part here. He would say that he talked to some guy in England who can speak French, then he learned French from him. Like, okay, so every time you make friends with someone who can speak another language, then you automatically learn that language or tell that person, teach me the language. I don't know if it's real. For me, it sounds like some made up story, but we never know. Maybe it's real.
Speak English, even though you can still tell that I'm not a native speaker, and of course there is always room for improvement. I think it's fair to say that you can tell that at least the English I picked up, I definitely picked it up in England. As I was living in the UK, I spent some time and shared a flat with a Frenchman because we were colleagues, and then as I was, kind of working with him, I asked him, hey, can you speak to me in French so that I can, try to practice it? And considering the fact that as an Italian, French sounded quite natural to me when it comes to like the structure, the grammar, not all the time, but oftentimes. It was good to me to just hear him speak. And then we were spending a lot of time with the African community, specifically French-speaking African community, and they were always speaking French. And we were spending entire afternoons among African people that were, because they could speak with him. Maybe they were still trying to learn English, so we were trying to teaching an Italian teaching English through French. That was amazing. He did most of the teaching. But, being there, I was also absorbing a lot. Then as I returned to Italy...
Okay. So, is this story real that he moved to England? And like, how many years is he? Is he 50 years old or 60 years old? Like, how can he say? He will also say that he moved to Japan for 12 years. Okay, so he was in Japan for 12 years and then also some years in England. Like, how many years are you that it's possible that you can go to Japan for 12 years and then also some years to England, and then when you're in England, then you also learn French the same time? Yeah, like you learn English and French same time. Like, I don't know. For me, it sounds like some made up stories. And now he will continue the story, the fairy tale. He will continue now the fairy tale story.
And I graduated from high school, specifically linguistic high school, because in Italy, secondary school has a specific subject that you need to pick up, you need to choose. And in my case, of course, I said, like, let's do languages rather than doing maths or philosophy, because I'm like, I have an advantage here. It's going to be easier to graduate, and it absolutely was. And then French was once again one of the main subjects. So I got to study it for at least a year at school properly, and then I graduated from it. Then that's when I decided, okay, so I want to do languages at university. What sort of language should I do? And I'm like, I want to do Japanese. It's always been my dream. So I moved to Naples from Sicily because there is a famous university specialized for Far Eastern studies. They have a fantastic corpo docenti, so, all the teachers that are exceptionally well-trained. Many of the teachers are natives, other teachers are non-natives, but they are excellent as a complementary, link in the description to the video about learning from natives versus learning from non-natives who are professionals. I learned from both. And that's where, as a first-year student, focused, fired on Japanese. As I became a second year, I could then add a third language, and because I was doing a sort of double major between English and Japanese, and I decided, hey, let's add Mandarin, because why not? So that's when...
Yeah, because why not? Same like Lindy Botes, so if you say why not? Learning 12 languages, why not? When you watch Lindy Botes, you will say, learning 12 languages, why not? Okay, so you were learning English or French or Japanese or Chinese, like, really, you're learning all those languages the same time or just after each other? I don't know, for me it sounds like some made up stories.
I started receiving some formal training in Mandarin, then I graduated from university, moved to Japan, spent 4 years there, really became fluent in Japanese, and then came back here, and then I started...
Here he say he moved to Japan for 4 years. In another video, I think he said that he lived in Japan for 12 years. So is it 4 years or 12 years? Can you decide? Or is it just some made up stories? Like, why here you say it's 4 years in Japan, and in one of your other videos, I think you said that it was 12 years. And you can see he's looking there to the right side to read his story there. I don't know if it's a real story or a made up story. For me, it sounds like a made up story and not real.
Picking up other languages, like brushing up my Latin, which I had studied in secondary school and middle school, because all Italian...
Yeah, because you're learning 2 or 3 or 4 languages, then you're just brushing up and on more languages at the same time. Like, okay, so because I'm learning 1 or 2 languages or 3 languages, that means that now I'm expert in languages, then I can just practice 3, 4, 5, 10 other languages at the same time. I became the language master because I practiced 2 or 3 languages, then I became master in languages, then I can just practice 7 or 10 languages at the same time. It's just some made up nonsense.
Too, and it kind of helped me because at the time I was also developing already. Well, I kind of started developing that when I was 14, really, but I was really diving during university into history of Rome, history of the medieval period. Then I started, picking here and there, maybe a little bit of modern Greek, a little bit of ancient Greek, and here we are.
Yeah, now also Greek. Now also he's learning Greek, and not only Greek, like he's learning 2 different kind of Greeks. Modern Greek and the old Greek or something like okay, so you're practicing like 10 languages just after each other or same time. For me, it sounds like bullshit. For me, it sounds like bullshit, made up, lying stories.
So which among all of these languages was in fact the hardest to learn? Well, the hardest to learn for me was classical Latin, which is why it's still a language that I don't consider myself fluent in at all, not even close. I can sustain a prolonged conversation if I am prepared, like I did on this video, link in the description. But
prepared, you mean by practicing a script, same like the polyglot YouTubers, practicing a script, practicing the pronunciation, reading your script and editing. Same like the polyglot YouTubers, but then you will call yourself linguistic. So it sounds like, okay, the polyglot YouTubers are fake, but the linguistic are not fake. And also you have some video about Lang Focus. I thought that he was actually going to criticize Lang Focus. Then instead he would say that Lang Focus is a good person to learn something from when it comes to languages. So the new thing will be linguistic channels instead of polyglot channels. Like you will bust the polyglot YouTubers or expose the polyglot YouTubers. Then instead you will make some linguistic channels pretending to speak 10 languages.
in general, I lack the vocabulary and the practice to be able to do so. And before you say, well, it's a dead language, so it's impossible to do, well, that's actually incorrect, because there are, to this day, 14,000 speakers of Latin, one of which is the amazing Luke Ranieri, who always helps me out whenever I need to make something.
Yeah, this Luke Ranieri there, who also have some fake polyglot channel or some fake channel like that. So he's working together with him. So two YouTubers pretending to speak Latin. and each one of them will tell the other guy can speak Latin. It's like same like if I made some friend and then we make both of us make some YouTube channel and both of us pretend that we can speak Chinese even if we cannot do it, and then I will confirm that my friend, this YouTuber, can speak Chinese, and then that YouTuber, my friend, will confirm that I can speak Chinese, and then we make some videos together fooling people pretending to speak Chinese or something, even that both of us cannot speak Chinese. So it's good that you have some friend that can help you to confirm that you can speak Latin, and you can confirm that you can speak Latin, but where is the real proof? And if this Luke Ranieri can speak Latin, I don't really care, but where is the proof that you can speak Latin? And if you can speak Latin, then what is it? Then it's English, Italian, and Latin, 3 languages. And I'm sure you're not. I don't know, but I don't think you will be like, maybe you know Latin, then not fluent. So maybe you can speak English and Italian, and then a little Latin, a little Spanish, a little French, a little this, a little this, a little this, like that. Just a little, but not really high level or fluent. And if you only know some basic or very little from the language, you cannot say that you can speak 10 languages just because you are fluent in 2 languages, and then you know a little from 8 other languages. Like being fluent in 2 languages and know a little basic or a little beginner stuff in 8 languages doesn't make you know how to speak 10 languages.
Latin, and it kind of helps me brush up the rules, if you will, and double check my translations. So Latin was absolutely the hardest, but not only because it is a hard, but it absolutely was Japan. So it's important one hardest language to learn, believe it or not, was Japanese. And to me, Japanese was harder to learn than Mandarin. Given my level of Japanese is much higher than my level of Mandarin, but
his level of Mandarin, like Japanese, is much higher, but where did you see your level in Japanese or Mandarin or any of those languages? Do you show any proof that you can speak those languages? Then you will say you have one video or something. I see that video is just totally fake video. I don't know if I would try to show it here also. Some part of that video is totally fake.
Remember, I spent 4 years in Japan. So
he says he spent 4 years in Japan. And you can see there he's looking to the right side and reading his script, his made-up story. His made-up story, same like Steve Kaufman. I don't know if his story is real, but for me, it sounds like some made-up story. His story about going to Japan for some years and then going to England and also learning French when he was in England. And after that, in his school, he learned Japanese and Chinese. And then after he learned Greek and Latin and all this, for me, it sounds like some made-up story. But we never know. We never know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's real. Maybe he can speak 10 languages or how many languages, but for me it sounds like some made-up story. You can see he's looking there to the right side, reading his story, made up or not made up.
So it's important to underline the fact that it's a little bit of an unfair comparison when you look at kanji, the writing system, particularly the kanji part, so the forcefully integrated into Japanese, which factors that were not created.
Just because you tell us a story about how you learned the languages and you traveled to this country and traveled to this country and lived in this country and have a friend from this country and then show us something from Japanese or whatever, it doesn't mean that you can speak all those languages. A video, a 13-minute video speaking about how he learned the languages without we see any proof. Only he's speaking in English. Only he's speaking English. And also most of his videos I see that he's speaking English. He say he's from Italy. He say he's from Italy. He have 2 channels. And okay, the other channel, he have like 1,000 videos. I did not see all the videos. Maybe there are some video there where he's speaking Italian or other language. But I tried to find, I could not find it. But there's so many videos in the other channel. but I did not see any proof that he can actually speak those languages. And if he's from Italy, why he did not make some videos in Italian? That would be the most normal if he was from Italy, that his first videos would be in Italian, or some of them.
To receive that kind of pronunciation for a character in Mandarin, it just Japanese that don't know how to read specific. It mostly happens with place names and
talking about the languages, talking about how he learned the languages, but no proof of actually speaking the languages. And he keep looking to the right side there, reading his script, his story there about how he learned the languages. Why you need to read from a script if it's a real story? That's the same what I said when I made some videos about Steve Kaufman, where I showed a video about him telling his story, his life story, Steve Kaufman's made up life story, moving to different countries or traveling to different countries and learning a little here and a little there from different languages, from different countries. Then he's doing the same, he's looking there to the right side and reading a script. And that's what I said with Steve Kaufman also. Like, if you know your own story and your own life, why you need to read it from a script? Like, if this guy know he was living in Japan for 4 years or 12 years or how many years, then he would just tell it. He would look in the camera and tell his story. I was living in Japan, then I go to England, then I meet a friend there who teach me French and all this. He will not need to look in a script to remember his own life story.
People's names rather than like everyday pitch accent is not necessary difficult, but they are not as complicated how it works. So it's something that it's easier to learn of people, and I think it's great. I want to try and learn the correct pitch act. I enjoy it. It's the easiest one to learn, even though I still haven't learned it properly. Then French, then Spanish. Because I didn't really study that time, was Spanish. And I do want to learn Spanish, and I'd like to reach fluency with it. Not necessarily at technical level, but I'd like to be like fluent in everyday conversation. And I think that would be the easiest language for me to learn, 100%. So hardest, classical Latin, then Japanese, then Mandarin, then French, then Spanish. This is how it would be for me. But what would it be for you? And the prime message.
But can you really speak those languages? Can you really speak all those languages? And if you can speak those languages, how much can you speak from every language? Just knowing few sentences and few beginner stuff in every language doesn't really count as speaking the language. Like, I can also practice few sentences in Italian or Spanish or German or Portuguese. It doesn't mean if I practice few sentences and few beginner stuff in 5, 6 or 7 languages, then I can speak those 5 or 6 or 7 languages.
That I'd like to share with you today with this video is the following. Definitely language difficulty is connected to a multitude of factors that need to be considered, not only when you choose to study a language, but also to have a realistic expectation of how long it will take. Languages at the same time, and you pick 3 extremely difficult languages, and languages that you don't have people to practice with, which is the main message of this. Brain is used to that. You can definitely do that and learn from you. But I'm just saying, as long as you're speaking with people that are fluent, then it's great to have someone or
okay, you give some good advice. You give some good advice and tell us that you can speak all those languages, but I don't really see any proof that you can speak those languages. I don't really see proof that I can speak all those languages. What language should I learn next? What's the difference between this and the polyglot YouTubers? The polyglot YouTubers are doing the exactly same. They will pretend that they can speak or learn 10 or 12 languages, and after that they will say, oh, what's the next language? What's the next language? What the next language I should learn? Like, you can not just learn 10 or 12 languages and then after, okay, I'll learn another language. Like, there's some limitation of how much you can actually learn or remember. You're not a computer. You're not some computer that can just learn more and more and more. Like you cannot just learn 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 languages. And there was some video where he want to show that, look how much I can say. This one, how many languages do I speak? I think it was this one, or was this the one I showed you now? I think this was the one I showed you now. No. Okay, I think this another one. Let's take a look on this one.
Hi, hello.
This is the video, I think, where he's going to actually speak a little in every language. And then you will see that it's totally fake, but some people not see it because it's full of edits. It's full of edits, and I've watched some part of it, and it's totally fake. I don't know if he can really speak those languages, but for me it looks very fake. Maybe he know some of the languages, and some of the languages he just knows some beginner stuff and pretending that he is high level or know the language. The story about moving to Japan, I'm not sure if it's real or not. And some of the stories that he was telling, I think it's made up stories. But I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he can speak 7, 8, 9, 10 languages, but I don't believe it. And I don't see any proof of it. And then you say this video has the proof. 16-minute video pretending to speak 7 or 8 languages, like every language just speaking for 1 or 2 minutes or less, and then it's full of edits.
And welcome to Metatron's Academy. Now, today's video is mostly a video to answer a question that many of you have asked me both on my main channel and here. How many languages do I speak?
And here you can see it, here show his main channel here, his other channel, and I'm going to show you a little from his other channel also.
To cut a long story short, I started learning languages very early. If we look at foreign languages, then yes, in my late teens, I moved to the UK, which is where I picked up my English. But when it comes to learning languages, I'm going to bring up a little bit of a controversial topic here. I'd argue that I started working with other languages, translation and thinking, switching your thoughts, as early as when I was born, in the sense that in my household we spoke both standard Italian and Sicilian, because my dad is from the north of Italy and my mum is from Sicily. With that being said, of course, I say that this is a little controversial is because people will tell me, yeah, that doesn't count, Sicilian is a dialect of Italian. Well, first and foremost, whether Sicilian is a dialect of Italian or whether it's an actual dialect of Latin, which is my opinion, depends on your school of thought. Regardless of that, yes, Sicilian is quite close to Italian, although oftentimes not mutually intelligible. But whether we consider it to be a language or a dialect, well, it's just a matter of nomenclature. Social linguistics does not matter when we're talking about the development of the memory-related and language-related pathways in your brain. In other words, I'd argue that if you're used to saying the same thing with different words, you're already creating pathways in your brain, in your synapses, that can be utilized again as you approach the study of foreign languages, because you're already used in Japanese with a minor in Mandarin Chinese. I, of course, have spent 4 years in Japan, but any other language that you will see mentioned on...
Okay, here he also says 4 years in Japan, but I don't know, I think I saw some video where he said that he stayed there for 12 years or something.
This video, I just studied for personal interest and, honestly, for fun. Now, let me continue with a little demonstration B-roll, and after this is done, we'll talk...
Yeah, I'll show you the demonstration is totally fake and edited. The demonstration video is totally fake and edited. Also now, it's already 2 minutes here in English. So there's only like 14 minutes back. So in 14 minutes, he wants to show that he can speak 6 or 7 or how many languages. Just saying few sentences in every language means that he can speak the language. It's just some sentence he practice and then he edit. He will read 1 or 2 sentences, then he will start the camera recording, saying that 1 or 2 sentences, then he will stop the recording, then he will look on his papers or computer, read the next 2 sentences, then he will start the camera recording the next 2 sentences, then stop the recording.
About why I specifically chose these languages, and last but not least, we'll ask another controversial question. Polyglot.
Look here.
But any other language that you will see mentioned on this video. I just studied for personal interest and, honestly, for fun. Now, let me continue with a little demonstration B-roll, and after this is done, we'll talk about why I specifically chose these languages. And last but not least, we'll ask another controversial question. Am I a polyglot? Where are the model?
It looks totally fake.
Controversial question. Am I a polyglot?
Look there. Where is he looking now? He's looking to the right side, and you have his computer screen there on the right side. But he put a picture on the place where the computer is. He's looking at the computer screen and reading, but he put a picture there so you cannot see the computer screen. He's looking to the right side and reading from a computer screen. He's just reading a script, pretending that he can speak this classical Latin. Like it's totally fake, same like the polyglot YouTubers. And then people will say, no, it's real, or he will say, no, it's real, I can actually speak the language. I don't think so. I might be wrong, we never know. But as for me, it looks fake. He is looking to the right side and reading from a computer screen. So now, instead of calling themselves polyglot YouTubers, they will call themselves linguistic YouTubers. So that's the new term, the new word. Instead of polyglot, then it will be linguistic or some other thing like that. He's just looking to the right side there, reading his script from his computer screen. And you can see there's some picture there on the right side there. Behind that picture, he used that picture to cover the computer screen so you cannot see the computer screen. Look, he was looking there to the right side and reading from his computer screen, and then now he will look in the camera after he already read it. And there was an edit there. There was an edit there because he need to look and read the next sentence. And then you say you did not see the edit. Yeah, I cannot show you these edits, or I might be able to show you, but it's difficult to show because it was a good edit. Like he just stopped the recording, then he start the recording again, or he just cut out the part where he look and read. Look, you can see it's many edits, and he only say few sentences. You can see he only speak for like, I think less than half minute. Only few seconds in Latin. Just saying few sentences, and in the start he was looking at the computer screen also, and then he made one edit to read the next sentence. And then in Japanese you can see it's in very small screen. I think he's looking and reading also, but it's not clear because it's very small. Like he showed in a very small screen. I think he's looking to the right side and reading. It's not clear. It looks like he was looking to the side and reading or something. It looks like he's looking there now down to the right side or something and reading from a computer screen. It I don't know if you have a computer screen up there that he's looking up and reading, or if he's trying to remember. Also, you have long hair. His hair is covering his ears. I don't know if he's listening to something and repeating after. And he only talked for less than half minute or something in Japanese like that, same like the So every language is like 15 seconds or 20 seconds. And here this one, Mandarin Chinese.
我是梅塔特隆，荣耀战魂是我的。
There was an edit there. There was an edit there. He only said few words, then there was an edit already.
最喜欢的电子游戏，很好玩。
There was another edit there. Maybe you don't notice it. If you understand about editing, you will notice there was 2 edits just after each other. And I don't know if he's looking at something. Looks like he's looking a little bit to the right side or something. I'm not sure.
最初这。 阵营包括。休息的时候，各位好，我是梅塔特隆。
You can see here also he's far, then suddenly he will become near after a few seconds because it's different edits. It's many different edits.
荣耀战魂是我的最喜欢的电子游戏，很好玩。
There was 2 edits there, and then look now he became near from the camera. He was far, then near. It's full of edits and fake. It's fake and full of edits. And then he make video saying that the polyglot YouTubers are fake when it looks like he is also fake.
荣耀战魂是我的最。
Look, he was closing his eyes and then he was looking and reading his script or something. Look here.
喜欢的电子。
You can see here he's far from the camera. Suddenly he will become near from the camera. It's another edit. And there was also 2 or 3 edits there in this one here.
游戏。
Look now. He stopped talking. He finished the sentence. Then he will make another edit saying the next sentence. Look here. Now he will become more near from the camera.
很好
Look here.
玩。
Look, now he came more near from the camera. It's another edit. It's just many edits saying few words and few sentences. Now you can see this one, Mandarin Chinese.
最初阵营包括骑士。休息的时候，骑士、日本武士，还有北京人，但是现在也有。
The video is full of edits and it looks very fake.
中国的武林，我觉得非常好。Avant de commencer.
You can see he only say few things, few sentences. And the same with the French. I don't know if it's really from Italy or if it's also some made up story. But let's see here. Even the French looks totally fake.
Je vais vous présenter un peu vraie marque. Je vous présente mes excuses pour mon français. Parce que bon, je suis pas français, je suis italien et je sais.
And I keep looking to the side there many times.
Un peu vraie marque. Je vous présente mes excuses pour mon français.
Okay, I need to do like this. Wait.
Parce que bon,
Look there, he looked to the side there.
je suis pas français, je suis italien et je sais bien que quand je 现在也有中国的武林，我觉得非常好。Avant de commencer, je vais vous présenter un peu vraie marque. Je vous présente mes excuses.
And now it looks like he's also I think the camera is down. And I think in front of him there's also some computer screen or something he's looking and reading from.
Excusez pour mon français. Parce que
And look there, he's looking to the side there. I don't know if he's looking to the side and reading or when he's looking to the front, he has something in front of him he's reading from. It looks fake. I don't know if he can speak French or not. I don't know if he can speak French or not, but for me it looks fake.
bon, je suis pas français, je suis italien et je sais bien que quand je suis pas français, je fais des erreurs. De plus, et la première fois que je fais une vidéo en français, et normalement sur ma chaîne, je fais vidéo en anglais. En fait, vous pouvez trouver.
You keep looking to the side, and for me, I have practiced a little French. For me, he sounds someone who's still very beginner in French. He sounds like he can speak, like he know a little French, but just very beginner stuff, and he's trying to remember. He's speaking very slow, trying to remember.
En anglais.
Look there, he's looking to the side to read, and it looks like he just try to remember the things that he know, or maybe he wrote down a script.
En fait, vous pouvez trouver un vidéo similaire
But he's speaking very slow, and it seems like it's very difficult for him.
à propos du homme en anglais ici. Silencio italiano.
See, it's totally fake, like it's totally fake. He will only speak for a few seconds, like 20 seconds or something, like 20 seconds, less than half minute in every language, and it's full of edits and looks like he's reading from a script, and it looks like maybe he just practiced few beginner stuff, or maybe he just practiced the script only. Seem like an actor just practiced the script.
Lada itan horismenis e poliskrati, kate polikratos igeton dikotis strato. Ioplites itan polites que
I think he's looking at a computer and reading a script. Then you say he's looking at the camera. Yeah, but he can have the camera and the computer very near from each other. So it looks like he's looking at the camera, but he's actually looking beside of the camera or just over the camera at the computer screen and reading.
stratiotes, tinidias dirmi ton polion kraton.
Look, he was far than near. Look there. He was far from the camera. Next second he will be near from the camera. And he only speak for like 7, 8, 10 seconds or something. Then now he become near from the camera because it's full of edits. Look, now he become near from the camera because it's full of edits. Look here. Look, now he's near from the camera because it's full of edits. It looks very fake. He make videos saying that the polyglot YouTubers are fake, but it looks like you are fake too. You can see he makes some videos here saying something about if YouTube Polyglot were honest and talking about the video of language simp. Then also he will criticize Ollie Richards or something. I don't know. I did not watch this video about Ollie Richards. And here also this, we need to talk, my response to this polyglot. And something about Ollie Richards. He criticized the polyglot YouTubers and say that they're fake and like that. Well, it looks like he's doing a lot same like them. My Japanese level after 8 years. Okay, so you have some video there in Japanese or what? Let's take a look after that. Let's practice Japanese speech accent. Here, something, this one about lang focus. I thought he will criticize lang focus, then he's actually saying good things about him.
Eline strategie ek pedevantus polemistes na polemunces homo me homo. Me aftonton troppo kate andras kate votan apotina spira tu andra di platu. Avtoto sistema le votan falanga.
Look, he just say only few sentences that he read from a script, and I don't know if he's looking at a computer also same time and reading the script, or if he just memorized those few sentences to say it. See, it's just few sentences in every language. This Italian and Sicilian, then he makes some really weird video here. Look, this one.
Guardare, tagliare, soldi.
It's full of edits. After every word, after you say every word, there's an edit.
Piccioli, ragazzo, pecciuatto, lavoro, travaglio, sì, se, attento, tagliare, soldi, piccioli, ragazzo,
It's full of edits.
pecciuatto.
Look, and where is looking there? I don't know if he's looking at the other one on the right side there, or if he's looking at something, but the video is full of edits and it looks very fake.
Lavoro, travaglio, sì, se, attento, ancora, lorica e lamina e
It's just many edits and it looks very fake. For me, it looks very, very fake.
nexae fiibulis oricalci, ansis aeneis lorisque scorteis. Mea versium hiquidetis cupro puro utitur ad innexus laminarum corporis, atque oricalco ad humeros et laminas pectoris. Pondus universe a septem ad novem kiliogrammata soletesse. Lorica certo mutata ad ipsum militem, loricae forma sinit militi. Magnam facultatem semovendi.
Just few seconds in every language and many edits. He just read few lines, then he start the recording and say the few lines that he just read or something. Look, the Japanese here, I don't know. It looks like he's looking down there to the left side and reading, right? For me, it looks like he's looking down to the left side and reading his script. Look there, it looks like he's looking down to the left side and reading his script.
この人は何している？偶然ではなさそうですね。
Look, he keep looking down there to read his script. And if I am wrong, I might be wrong, and maybe he can speak Japanese, maybe it's real that he moved to Japan and learned Japanese for 4 years. Maybe it's real. But what I think that it looks fake. I think all this long story about how he learned all those many languages, for me, it seems like some made up story and it seems all fake.
看護婦、包丁を持った看護婦。
You can see he's just looking down and reading the whole time. Like, what's the difference between him or Richard Simcott or Benny Lewis or all those? Like, it looks like he's doing the exact same, just making some nonsense videos, making many edits and looking down and reading a script. Like, it looks like he's looking down there and reading a script. Like, what's the difference between this and what Ikena is doing or the polyglot YouTubers are doing?
優しい。優しい。
Seem like Ikena playing some games and then, or doing some omegle and then reading a script at the same time.
ここは、この部屋は焼却炉ですね。
Like, why you need to show it when you're playing a game? Why you didn't just talk Japanese normally like this? Like, and you can see it looks like he's looking down and reading a script when you look at him.
ここには鍵があるはずです。
I think there was some edit there also.
ちょっと待ってください。ありました。Fabriquer une...
Then now another edit clip of him speaking French also. It's just totally, for me, it looks fake. Because I know some people, especially the ones supporting him or himself or someone, will tell me, oh no, it's not fake. He can really speak those languages and it's real. Maybe that's what you think. Everyone have their opinion and what they think. For me, it looks fake.
d'une opération très difficile, est une révolution technique, mais aussi une révolution dans notre manière de voir, c'est-à-dire de penser la guerre. À la fin...
Look, you can see it's many different edits. Like he was in front of the camera on the other side there, then now he's on the side like that. It's just many edits, and for me it looks very fake. You can see now he's in the front there, then suddenly he will be near from the camera, from the side view.
Révolution dans notre manière de voir, c'est-à-dire de penser la guerre.
Look, now suddenly he's on the side. Like, it's just many edits. The other, it was one edit, he said few sentences, then now another edit saying few more sentences. And you can see it looks like on his face, like there's some light on his face, seem like light from a computer screen or something. It's like he's sitting in front of a computer maybe and reading the script or something.
À la fin du XIIe siècle, le casque conique nasal était remplacé.
You're just sitting in front of a computer and reading a script. I don't know if you can speak French or not, but for me it looks fake. For me it looks fake. Real or not real, I'm just saying what I think or what it looks for me. For me it looks fake. If you want to believe that it's real, that's up to you. But for me, it looks fake. That's my opinion.
Par le homme. Le homme
You can see it's many edits. It's just many edits and saying few sentences in every edit. For me, it looks very fake. I don't think he can speak all those languages. I understand if he said that he's from Italy and that he can speak Italian and English and know some Spanish or a little French like that. I understand if he say like this, but when he pretend to speak also Chinese and Japanese and Greek and Latin and all this, then you say Latin is near from Italian or all this is near from Italian. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. When it's so many languages, then I think it's bullshit.
est un casque de cavalerie emblématique de la chevalerie. Le homme est très célèbre et connu, par exemple, parce qu'il était utilisé aussi dans les chevaliers de l'ordre du Temple. En fait,
He just know a little beginner stuff in Italian, no, in French, I mean. I think he just know a little beginner stuff in French. Like same like me, I'm beginner in French. I can also speak a little in French, but it doesn't mean that I'm high level or good in the language. I think it's just beginner or something, or maybe a little more than beginner. And then he just practice a script or what he will say in the video, and then he makes many edits.
La reproduction ici est un homme templière. On a la croix ici. C'est un symbole. C'est un...
Look how many edits. And this one Mandarin Chinese. Look, he keep opening and closing his eyes because he's doing some editing. I don't know, he's looking somewhere. It looks like he's looking and reading a script.
En fait, ma reproduction ici est un homme templière. On a la croix ici. C'est un...
There, he looked to the side there.
En fait, ma reproduction ici est un homme templière. On a la croix ici.
He looked there to the side. I don't know if you have some script there on the side or if it's in front of him, or if he just practice few sentences that he say in the video and do some editing also. And if he knows some French, then I think he's just beginner or a little more than beginner, but not more than that.
C'est un symbole. C'est un... 各位好。
This one, Mandarin Chinese. It's full of edits. He said one sentence or few lines, then there was an edit. Look, you can see it's different edits.
Templière. On a la croix ici. C'est un symbole. C'est un... 各位好，我是梅塔特隆。
Try to focus now how it looks like here and where he's standing and how near he is from the camera. And you see there will come another edit where he's standing differently or more near from the camera or something. Look here.
今天我们一起学中国的。
There was an edit there. After he said the first sentence, there was an edit. But he makes some good editing. Just because he's good at editing and making some good thumbnail pictures. He's good at making thumbnail pictures and good at making editing. And then he's good at faking it. Like they're very good at faking it to make it look real. Look, you can see now he came more near and another background like that. It's just many edits. It's totally fake. And I'm not sure if he's speaking there in the video or if you add the sound after.
汉朝是中国历史第九时代第二个王朝。
I think maybe he put add the sound after.
在中国历史发展中，好，我是梅塔特隆。今天我们一起学中国的朝代史。
Like, you know, it's possible that he can just move his mouse without speaking or something, and then he just after when he edit the video, then he add the sound when he's just reading the script in front of his computer like that. Also, it's full of edits and totally fake.
汉朝是中国历史第几时代第二个王朝。
There was an edit there, and he looked to the side also, and it's very dark. You cannot see. Like, I don't know if it's my brightness on my mobile, maybe that I put it low brightness.
汉朝是中国历史第几时代第二个王朝。
Look, it looks like he's looking there to the right side to read a script or something. Looks like he's looking there to the right side and reading a script, and it's full of edits. It's just totally fake. There was an edit there. It's totally fake. He will keep looking to the side, and it's full of edits. It's totally fake. You can see it's many edits. And then now the Japanese again. Just many edits. For me, it looks totally fake. And you know, to learn so many languages is not that simple. Even if he moved to Japan for 4 years, or moved to England, or all these stories, or studied a little in your school, or all that nonsense, I don't know if that story is real, but for me it sounds like some made up story. I think it's a made up story. And even if he tried to take the time to learn all those languages, I don't even think it's possible to do that. And it will take so many years. Like, imagine a language like Japanese, how difficult it is, and a language like Chinese, how difficult it is. Like, those two languages are very difficult. It will take so many years to be good at those languages. At the same time, you want to make it look like you can speak like 4 or 5 or 6 other languages also. I think it's totally bullshit. Look, there was an edit there. It's full of edits, and he's looking down and reading a script at the same time. You can see it looks like he's looking down and reading. He's looking down and reading a script, and it's full of edits. For me, it's totally fake. Full of edit. There's an edit there. It's totally full of edits. You just speak for 3, 4, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, then another edit. 4, 5 seconds just to say few words, then another edit. You can see now another edit here. Look, many edits, and then he just show himself in the small screen while he's looking and reading from a script, and it's full of edits.
こちらはベラちゃんです。このゲームの囚人キャラクターの唯一の子供です。並びに10歳の女の子。
It's totally fake. It's totally fake and full of edits.
でアメリカ人です。今は日本の病院の中に。
Look how many edits. Look how many edits. It's totally fake.
この病院から逃げる必要がありますで、彼女の後ろに窓がありますが、この窓。
You can see he keep looking down to his script and reading. He keep looking down to his script and reading, and there's so many edits.
逃げられません。ということで、正面にあるドアを開けるしかないですね。
He keep looking down to his script all the time like that, and it's full of edits.
怖いですけど、per favore.
Look how many edits. Look how many edits. And even this one, you might not notice the edits, but there's almost an edit after every word. Like almost after every word, there's an edit. But you might not notice it. There will be some shaking in the picture because there's some edit. If you feel that the picture is shaking or there's some lighting or something like that, it's because there's an edit.
Fauri. Di dove sei? Non ne sei. Acqua paiteane. Όπως έχετε καταλάβει.
Look how many edits. Look how many edits. Like it's totally full of edits. Like you want to say that he can speak Greek, Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian, English, I don't know, like how many languages. It's totally fake.
Σήμερα μιλάω ελληνικά και ο λόγος γι' αυτό είναι επειδή θέλω να μιλήσω για τους Έλληνες οπλίτες και την ίδια στιγμή θέλω να δώσω έναν φόρο τιμής στους Έλληνες subscribers.
I think he's looking and reading from something. I think there is some computer over the camera. Like he put the camera just under the computer or near from the computer, then it looks like he's looking at the camera, but he's actually looking and reading from the computer. And also some laptop, they have a camera in the laptop, so he can be looking at the laptop while the camera from the laptop is recording him or something like that.
Εκτός από τα αγγλικά που είναι η βασική γλώσσα στο κανάλι μου, μπορείτε επίσης να βρείτε βίντεο στα αγγλικά, ιαπωνικά και κινέζικα.
Look how many edits. You can see he was near then far. Look here he's near, then he will become more far because it's another edit. Now he's near from the camera, then he will become far from the camera because it's another edit. And the reason he edit is because it's fake and he's reading from a script. That's why he edit.
Ιαπωνικά και κινέζικα.
Look now he become more far from the camera. Another edit because it's totally fake. Look, now he's more far from the camera. Another edit because it's totally fake.
Οπότε, αν θέλετε να με ακούσετε να μιλάω αυτές τις γλώσσες, μπορείτε να κάνετε κλικ στα links στο τέλος του βίντεο.
It's totally fake and full of edits. I can see he keep opening and closing his eyes because he's doing some editing, just some fake.
Difficultatem percipimos in Galei scutisque, quae nimis parvasunt, hortassis artis causa, quam obre non recte de picta sint suspicor, esse propter magnitudinem. Ut exemplum dem, scutum, quicque quod singula militum operiat. Grassitudo laminarum ferrearum prorsus variabilis est in ipsa lorica, a septem decimis partibus millimetrorum ad 3 millimetra, spississimis vero laminis sumerorum, quae pars nimirum, fortissimast. You
can see it's many edits. It's totally fake. Totally fake. That's how I see it. Maybe you think something else. Maybe you think it's real, and maybe you think you can speak all those languages. That's your opinion. My opinion and what I see is that it looks very fake. Edit. There was an edit there. Edit. There's edit every few seconds, but you will not notice the edits unless you understand about editing. If you understand about editing, you will notice the edits, but it's full of edits.
很漂亮，很特殊，很有名，我觉得很有意思。
There's an edit every 3-4 seconds or something. There's an edit, but you'll not notice unless you understand about editing.
的话题有
Look, another edit. It's totally fake. Totally fake.
Θωρακισμένοι και φορούσαν χάλκινα κράνη, θώρακες και περικνημίδες. Στο αριστερό χέρι κρατούσαν μια σπίδα και είχαν ένα σπαθί και ένα δίμετρο δόρυ. Οι Έλληνες οπλίτες ήταν καλύτεροι μαχητές στο μεσογειακό κόσμο.
Look how many edits. It's totally fake, man. And where is he looking now? Is he looking in the camera or looking at the computer and reading?
面白いと思います。興味深いです。詳しくはわからないんですけど、私はある程度までこの
Edit. There was an edit there.
ゲームのストーリーを勉強しました。彼らには呪いみたいなものがかかっ
Edit. There was another edit there.
ています。死人は死に絶えて生前の仕事を
And for me, it looks like he's looking a little to the right side to a computer, a little bit up to the right side. He's looking a little bit up to the right side and reading a script. He's looking a little bit up to the right side and reading a script. It's totally fake. He's looking a little up to the right side and reading from a script. It's totally fake. He's looking at a computer screen. And you can see inside his eyeballs there's something like a little white. There's a little white inside of his eyeballs because he's looking at a computer screen. You can see there's something white in his eyeballs because he's looking from a screen. He's looking at a computer screen and reading. It's totally fake. So many edits and totally fake.
Generabemus, alterum veterius, alterum moderniusculum, ac multiplexius, viri quidem potesteam esse inter primas formas prototypicas. Forma corbridge pro clausurae mechanica ratione lororum scorteorum cum hamis metallicis, probabiliter visa est firmior. Typus A, lora scortea servat ad colligendas laminas pectorales ad reliquam loricam, dum typus B, utitur hamis metallicis, que uhic in mea versione verisimili potestis videre, quae est corbridge typus B. E quadraginta laminis constata ec forma, apparatus collaris et humerorum constituerunt, e viginti quatuor laminis, et cingulo sedecin laminae. Fragmenta forma in iusted, qua imputeo principiorum a edifici inventa sunt, in oppito in iusted, in Caledonia. Iterum nobis monstrant pauxillo mutatam formam, iam numeros segmentatorum minore, ultimo quidem maximo. 我每天看
For me, it looks very, very fake, but it's up to you if you want to believe it. I cannot decide what you want to believe or what people want to believe. I cannot decide what other people want to believe, but what I think is that it's fake.
中文电影看1个小时，复习课文、预习生词，或者做练习。有时候上网跟朋友聊天，我的朋友是北京人，我去过中。
Edit, because you're fake.
有时候上网跟朋友聊天。
Try to look now. I think he will become more near or more far from the camera. You can see the text there, this one Mandarin Chinese. Look, where is this Mandarin Chinese? It's on his eyebrows. The Mandarin Chinese there is on his head there, on his eyebrows there. And look, I think it will change, like look here. Look here now. Look now, there'll be an edit now. You can also see like he almost closed his eyes. There will be an edit here. Try to look where is the word Mandarin Chinese and how far or near he is from the camera. I think it will become more near or not more far, like look here. Look, you see now he became more far from the camera. And you can see the word Mandarin Chinese now is higher up. Before it was on his eyebrows. This Mandarin Chinese, it was on his eyebrows there. Now it's on the top of his head almost, because it's another edit. I think you can see more of the couch and the background like that. And you can see his pants or shorts like that. You can see more of him and more of the background because it's edited. It's totally fake.
练习，有时候上网跟朋友聊天，我的朋友是北京人。
Look now, there'll be an edit now. Look now how much you can see of the couch and how much you can see of him. And same time, look this Mandarin Chinese the N is going down there on the top of his nose, the N there on top of his nose, and the C there on the top of his eye. Then you will see that it will become higher up, and you can see more of the screen. Look here, look, suddenly you can see more of the background, and also this, the N in the Mandarin Chinese is on top of his head, the C is on top of his head. He became more far. It's another edit. It's another edit because it's fake. And there was also other edits, but this one I can show this edit, but the other edits it's more difficult to show. But the video is totally full of edits because it's totally fake. It's just practicing a script, reading a script, and editing. Same like the polyglot YouTubers. He criticized the polyglot YouTubers and say that they're fake, but same time it looks like he's also fake. Same like this Language Jones. He criticized the polyglot YouTubers, but it looks like he's also fake. And same with this Language Simp. He also criticized the polyglot YouTubers, but he's also fake.
我去过中国，我觉得中国很美。我去过北京，
Edit. There was an edit there. Because there was some shaking. I see there was an edit.
但是明年我会去上海。Quand on pense à la
Edit. So many edits. It's totally fake.
guerre, souvent on pense que faire la guerre, ça veut dire porter un coup par l'ennemi. Mais se défendre du combat est aussi très important, peut-être la plus importante chose. L'homme
Edit. There was an edit there. But he makes some good editing. He makes some good editing, but there was an edit there. Because it's totally fake. I don't know where he's looking there. I think he's looking at a computer and reading. I think the camera is low. He do same like Steve Kaufman. He put the camera low on the table or something, and make some camera view going up, like the camera will be low on the computer table or on the table, then showing upwards, and then over the camera, there will be the computer screen over the camera. So when he look to the front, you think he's looking at the camera, but he's actually looking at the computer screen reading. Also, it's full of edits, so he could just read few lines and then say those few lines and then stop the recording, then read the next few lines and start the recording again.
désignait l'armure de tête. Il protégeant toute la tête. Et ça, c'est la différence avec, par exemple, le casque conique. Du combat est aussi très important, peut-être la plus importante chose. L'homme
There was an edit there.
désignait l'armure de tête.
And look there, he looked to the right side, but I'm not sure if you have the computer or script there on the right side or if you have it in front of him. But it's totally fake.
Il protégeant toute la tête. Et ça, c'est la différence avec, par exemple, les casques coniques ou les casques romains. Les améliorations
Edit. There was an edit there, but he makes some good editing. There was some shaking because there was an edit.
successives du casque consisteront à couvrir de plus en plus le visage, rendant difficile l'identification de son propriétaire. C'est peut-être l'origine de l'héraldique,
I think there was another edit there.
la science des blasons. Oggi studieremo
Another edit. It's totally fake. Now Italian. There is also something else that people should think about, because some people might think when they watch him in French, speaking in French, and then they will say that he's speaking fast. Maybe they'll say he's speaking fast, so of course he's good in Italian or good in French. They'll say he's speaking fast in French or some other language, then they think he's speaking good in the language. But you know what? They can use the editing program. When they edit the video, they can speed up the speed of the video. So maybe he's speaking slowly, but then in the editing they will speed up so the speed is faster, so the video is running faster, and this way it will sound like he's speaking faster, and then people will think that he is good in the language if he's speaking faster. And another thing, they can do so many things with the editing programs. Like for example, when he showed himself, when he was speaking in Chinese, the background, it could be edited. Like he can make some green screen where he, you know, if you search on Google about this or on YouTube about green screen editing, they can change the background. They can change the background, make it look like he's in China or France or Japan or Brazil or any country. They can change the background so it looks like he's in some other country, or he can change so many things with the editing programs. They can make it very fake. They can make so many things fake with the editing program to fool people. And also they can add the sound after. Like they can move their mouth, make it look like they're speaking, and then after they can just record the sound on the video and read a script and speaking, so it looks like they're actually speaking in the video when they're just reading a script, and put the sound on top of the video. They can do so many things with the editing programs that they can just totally fake it. But is he really from Italy? I'm not even sure if he's really from Italy, but if he's from Italy, then he can speak Italian and English. That's the only two languages that I will be sure about if he's actually from Italy.
Una delle civiltà più importanti della storia dell'umanità, il cui pensiero, cultura e arte sono capaci di ammaliare la mente. Osserveremo le...
Look, edit. So is he really from Italy, or is that also a lie? Look here, there will be some edit here because it's totally fake.
Ammaliare la mente.
Look, he was far from the camera than near from the camera.
Cultura e arte sono capaci.
Look here, you can see he's far from the camera now. Now he's far from the camera and suddenly he will be near from the camera.
Di ammaliare
Look here.
la mente.
Look now, he's far from the camera, then he will come near from the camera because there's an edit. And why he edit when he speaks in Italian if he's from Italy and can speak Italian? Is he really from Italy? Or is he from USA pretending to be from Italy? Because his account says USA, but people will say no, he's from Italy. You can see here, he's more info United States. Then people say no, he's from Italy and he was living in Italy before. But was he really living in Italy, and is he really from Italy? Or is it just some made up story? Why he edit the Italian part if he is from Italy and can speak Italian? So is he really from Italy, or is he from USA and can only speak one language, English? Maybe he's from USA and can only speak one language, English, and all this is just some lying stories and pretending. Because look, now he's far from the camera, then now he'll become near from the camera. Look here. Look, suddenly he's near from the camera. Because it's edited and fake. Edited and fake. Is he really from Italy or no? I don't know. Maybe. Then you will say he have black hair and black mustache and dark eyes. So of course he's from Italy. I don't know. Maybe. We never know.
Vedremo l'enigmatica scrittura geroglifica, le imperscrutabili meraviglie architettoniche e cercheremo di dare forma agli dei delle lande della sabbia eterna, entità plurimillenarie come Amon, Anubis e Osiride, figure recondite e affascinanti. Questa è la...
Look, another edit. He was near then far. Look here, he's near from the camera, then again he will become far from the camera. It's many edits. He'll just say few things for 10, 20 seconds or something, then make another edit saying something for 10 seconds or 20 seconds. It's many edits. Why he edit so many times if he's from Italy and can speak Italian? Look, now he's near from the camera, suddenly he'll become far from the camera. Look. He was near from the camera and suddenly he's far from the camera. So is he really from Italy and can he really speak Italian? Why he edit? When he edits so many times every few seconds, then it looks fake. And I don't know if he's looking there to the side and reading or not, but it looks very fake. It's full of edits. Like 3 edits or 2-3 edits in just few seconds.
Questa è la storia dell'antico Egitto e delle sue misteriose divinità.
Look how many edits. Look how many edits.
Okay, well I hope that you enjoyed that.
Look how many edits. It looks very fake. But of course, if he is from Italy, if he's really from Italy, then of course he can speak the language. But how do we know if it's real or not? For me, there's so many fake things about this video. The video is totally fake and full of edits.
Little compilation. Of course, I don't claim to be perfect in any of these languages, but I think I've reached a reasonable level in the sense that I can express myself and sort of translate my thoughts into the language that I wish to use for communication. And usually I'm pretty fast and I don't have to stop and think for too long. And I have a reasonable vocabulary in the majority of the languages I speak, although I do have to say that I don't speak them all at the same level. Now, why did I choose these languages specifically? Well, first and foremost, because these were the languages of the cultures that I liked the most. When I was a teenager, I really wanted to learn English. I thought it was a great language. I'm like, wow, if I learn English, I could speak and communicate with so many people. I loved the way it sounded, both from a British perspective, from an American perspective, Kiwi, Aussie, any accent really. I just liked them all. Upper class all the way down to Cockney. Regardless of that, it was great for a career path, which was my initial intention. I wanted to become an English teacher, which I will eventually have become. I had no idea about YouTube, of course, but then again, I think that the fact that I started learning English very early on put me in a position where I could eventually also open a YouTube channel using English, which was great. My passion for Japan started when I was 14, honestly, just because I liked video games with Samurai and Street Fighter. But after coming back from England, I needed to decide a university path and master it that could put me in a position which it's a challenge, and I on this platform, but I think I had a very musical ear in Mandarin Chinese. That took me years, but in a couple of weeks, or as they say, once again, is another language. Talk, eat together, watch TV, and all of I did take a few classes of Egyptian, but the problem is that languages that we don't 100% know how they sounded, which I understand that with ancient Egyptian, we really have no idea how they pronounce the vowels, whereas when it comes to ancient Greek, I usually prefer to spend more time onto the languages that I can use for communication than on the languages that I just... As you can see, I did spend some time in Latin, particularly the pronunciation is what I'm most versed in, so I can explain and back up historically a lot of the pronunciation that I use when I really need to extend it beyond what has to do with ancient Rome. Now, when it comes to the last controversial question, am I a polyglot? Well, to answer this, I think I need to dive into what a polyglot is, possibly also talk about all the fake polyglots and how a polyglot is defined and how people slap that title onto themselves before I can answer whether I'm a polyglot or not. But to do that, I need a dedicated video, as you'll surely understand. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
And he asked if he's a polyglot, and also here you can see he made something here, polyglot language, how to. You can see here how many languages do I speak, then under you can see 1.5k likes. Under this 1.5k likes you can see this word polyglot, and beside of this language and how to. So what do you think? What do you think? Can he really speak all those languages? I think it's fake, but we never know. We never know, but I think it's fake. And if he can speak those languages, then I think many of them is just very low level. Here his main channel. This is his main channel. Because some people told me that he have a main channel that have many more subscribers and viewers. You can see 937,000 subscribers, 1,000 videos. Of course, I did not look all the videos because you have so many videos, so I just try to move down here. I cannot see any video where he actually speaking in other languages. I have so many videos, but it's mostly in English. Japanese professor reacts to Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, blah blah. I think he's just speaking in English in most of his videos, or all of his videos. I think all of his videos. I think all of his videos is in English. All of his videos are in English. Like when he's speaking in English in all of his videos. And if you look here at his playlist, it's the same here. Like look, I look on this playlist, there's something about Japanese or something, but then he's not really speaking in Japanese. Japanese history and warfare here. And he's not really speaking in Japanese. Even he show something about Japan or Japanese, then he's not speaking in Japanese. And if he says something in Japanese, then it's just few words in Japanese. All the videos are in English, and if he says something in Japanese or other language, then only few words. Let's go back again to his other channel. I think there was a video where there was something about some language there. I think there was a video here. Also, this video here, look, this what language will I learn next? Okay, so you pretend, I will say pretend, like you pretend that you can speak 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or how many languages. Then you ask people, what language will I learn next? Why? Is it like learning how to cook a new meal? Do you think it's very simple to learn a new language? Seem like you can just seem like if you have some cooking channel, oh, what meal should I cook in my next video? It's not that simple. You cannot just learn a language very fast and then, okay, let's say he will say, oh, next language is German. Then what? You will learn German very fast. And then after, what the next language? Arabic. Then you will learn it very fast. Then what the next language? Turkish. Then you will learn it very fast. It's like exactly same way like the polyglot YouTubers are doing. This one I want to see what is this, like my Japanese level after 8 years, 11 minutes. Well, I think it's full of edits, but let's take a look. My Japanese level after 8 years, and then of course he showed himself in this small video where you cannot see him, where it's very difficult to see him. Let's try to take a look if he will be in the small video all the time or what. And I'm very sure that I already showed that in the last video, that he just keep looking at the script same time. There was some edit there already. After the first 2-3 seconds there was an edit. It looks like he was looking down. There was an edit there already after 3 seconds. Look there, you can see he's looking down and reading. He's looking down and reading his script. And it's full of edits. You can see he keep opening and closing his eyes. He's doing exactly the same like the polyglot YouTubers. Then he makes some video and say that the polyglot YouTubers are fake, and that he want to expose the polyglot YouTubers when he looks like he's also fake and reading from a script and editing. Look, he's just looking down and reading. Why put himself in the small video so you cannot see where he's looking?
Metatron です。あなたのイタリア人のお友達です。私のビデオを見てくれてありがとうございます。本日はサイレンニュートランスレーションというホラーゲームを遊んでみたいと思います。サイレンはホラーゲームの中で私の一番好きなゲームとなっておりますので、本当に楽しみにしています。そして10年ぶりですから懐かしいですけれども、実は何も覚えてません。記憶喪失ですよ。
It looks like he's looking down to read a script. I don't know if he can speak Japanese. Maybe he can speak Japanese. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's real that he moved to Japan for 4 years and learned Japanese and can speak Japanese. But I'm not sure if it's real. And if it's real, I don't really believe that he can also speak Chinese and Greek and I don't know how many languages. Like, I think it's some made up stories.
下手です。
Because it's not really that simple to learn like 4, 5, 6, 7 languages, so many languages. It will be very difficult and take so many years, so I think it's bullshit. There was an edit there. There was an edit there, Mr. Japanese. Mr. Japanese, there was an edit there. Also, he's looking down there and reading a script. As he's looking down and reading a script and it's full of edits. I don't know there if you can see something in the lighting there in the behind. If you can see something from a computer or something that it's not clear. I think there's some lighting from the computer that he's looking and reading from. He's looking and reading from a computer screen.
大きなゲームとなっておりますので本当に楽しみにしています。そして10年ぶりですから懐かしいですけれども、
There will be an edit here after a few seconds, but I don't know if I can show the edit because he's doing some good editing.
実は何も覚えてません。記憶喪失ですよ。下手です。きっとまだまだ。
There was an edit there. I don't know if I can show this edit because he's doing some very good editing.
ですよ。下手です。きっと。
There was an edit there. But he's doing some very good editing, so it's difficult to show. That's why I don't waste my time to show those edits when they do some good editing.
記憶喪失ですよ。下手です。
Look here. You can see here now at 26 seconds. Here at 26 seconds, he's looking to the front, his face to the front. The next second, immediately it will look like he's looking to the side or down. Look here. Look here. Look now. He closes his eyes, then he will edit and cut out something where he look and read. Look. He was looking to the front, suddenly his face to the left, and also suddenly his arm is up. He was looking to the front, suddenly he's looking to the left and his arm is up. There was an edit there, and I think he's looking down and reading from a script.
まだまだだ。日本語賢くなった。まあそれでもよければ
It's full of edits. There's so many edits. There was also another edit there.
始めます。今や
Look, you can see it's full of edits. It's full of edits and he's looking and reading a script.
ってるのは
You can see there his hand is up. His hand is up now, and then suddenly it will be down again in a second like that. Look, his hand was up, suddenly his hand is not there. In the same second, suddenly his hand disappeared, and he's looking to the front like that, because there was an edit there. It's totally full of edits, it's totally fake. And I'm very sure the whole video same like this, full of edits and reading from a script. Full of edits and reading from a script, it looks like totally fake. And I think the story about you moving to Japan for 4 years, I think it's some made up story. Like most people, they don't have the economy or the chance that they can just move to Japan or China or some country and live there for some years. Like, where do you get the money from living there all those years? Then you'll say that your parents were sending you money every month or whatever. I think it's some bullshit lying story.
あそれでもよければ始めます。今や
Another edit. It's full of edits. You can see he was looking down, then suddenly he's looking to the front. It will take too long time if I need to show all those edits. It's totally fake. If you want to believe that it's real, you can believe what you want. But I already showed that it's totally fake.
よければ始めます。
Look there, he's closed his eyes and he's looking down. He closed his eyes and he's looking down, then suddenly his face will be looking to the front in less than a second. There's some edit there. Look here. Look here. He's looking down and reading. He's looking down and reading his script. Then he will edit and cut it out. Look here. Look. Suddenly his face is more near and to the front, but before it was looking down. Also, you can see, you cannot see the top of his head. You cannot see like the last top of his head where his hair is on the top of his head. I think just a second before you could see it. It's totally full of edits, totally fake.
日本語賢くなった。まあそれでもよければ始めます。
You can see there's some editing there. It's totally fake, full of edits.
今やってるのはチャプター3。僕の一番好きなレベルです。
I know I make it big screen, but in reality, this one is actually a small screen. Look, he's actually in a small screen, so people will not notice that he's looking and reading. He put himself there in a small screen, so people will not notice that he's looking down and reading, and it's full of edits. That's why he made this small screen there. But I just zoom in, so you can see that it's totally fake. See that he keep closing his eyes and opening his eyes. Exactly same. He's doing everything same like the polyglot YouTubers, and the same with language simp, and the same with language Jones. All of them are fake, but they pretend that, oh, we're exposing the polyglot YouTubers, we expose them. At the same time, they're also fake. It's like some fake people exposing the fake polyglots. This guy and language simp and language Jones, all of them exposing or making fun of the polyglot YouTubers and saying they're fake or want to say that they're fake, but at the same time they're also fake. Look, there was an edit there, but it will take so long time to show all those edits. Like there's an edit every few seconds. You can see already 42 seconds. Look, the time of the video 42 seconds, and there's like more than 10 edits. He make edit every 3, 4, 5 seconds because you need to look and read every word, because Japanese is a very difficult language and the pronunciation is very difficult, so you need to look every 3, 4 seconds. You need to look the next 1 or 2 words. You can see he's looking down there to the left side and reading from a computer screen. It's totally fake, fake, fake. Look, he's just looking down and reading. That's why he make it in a small screen so people not notice. He's looking down and reading the whole time. Edit. There was an edit there. Do you see there was some shaking? Do you see there was some shaking because there was an edit? And he's looking down there and reading the whole time. Look, where is he looking? He's looking to the camera now. He's looking down and reading.
よし、こちらはベラちゃんです。このゲームの囚人キャラクターの唯一の子供です。並びに10歳の女
Look, it's totally fake.
の子でアメリカ人です。わかりました。よし、こちらはベラちゃんです。このゲームの囚人キャラクターの唯一の子供です。並びに10歳の女の子でアメリカ人です。今は日本の病院の中
It's totally fake and full of edits.
にいて、この病院から逃げる必要がありますで、彼女の
You can see he's looking down and reading from a script. That's why he keep making the video small. He keep making himself inside of this small video so people not notice. It's totally fake and full of edits. You see he's looking down there and reading from his script. Looking down and reading from your script, it's totally fake. And I think your story about living in Japan for 4 years, I think it's also a lie. And I don't know if you're really from Italy. Your account on YouTube says United States. American, United States, USA, one language, English. I don't know if it's real that you're from Italy and can speak Italian, or if it's some made up lying story. You can see he keep looking there down to the side and reading his script. He's looking down and reading from his computer screen. The whole time looking down and reading. Just some fake bullshit, man.
日本語で走行かな。船の場合は走行でやってる
Totally fake.
と思いますけれども、建物の場合はちょっとわからないんですね。
He keep looking down and read, and then he look up again after he look down and read. It's totally fake.
日本語ぜひ教えてください。
Looking down and reading. The whole video just looking down and reading a script. You can see it looks like he has something in his ears. Looks like he has something in his ears. I don't know if he's listening, how the pronunciation is, so he can pronounce correctly. Looks like he has something in his ears, like some headphones or something, like some some Bluetooth headset or Bluetooth headphones or something in his ear like that. He's listening how to pronounce, maybe also so you pronounce correctly. Same time he's looking and reading the script.
まずこのゲームのシステムの説明してみたいと思います。基本的にベラちゃん
Looking down and reading. Looking down and reading your script.
は子供ですから敵と一切戦えません。他の同
Totally fake.
登場人物と違って武器を所持していません。つまり敵にバレちゃうと
Edit. There was an edit there. And then again the small screen again. Just totally fake.
ゲームオーバーとなっており明らかにできるだけ見つからないように進みます。そんなに複雑ではありませんが死人が多いですから気をつけないといけないですね。
Looking down and reading. For me it looks fake. What I think is that it's fake. If you think something different, that's your opinion. For me it looks fake.
一般的に彼女の体が小さくてこのレベルにあるいろんな狭いところにも隠れることが可能です。角度
Edit again. And then small screen again.
とかロッカーなど例えば
Looking down and reading your script. Looking down and reading your script.
目の前にあるベッドに集中してください。近づ
Looking down and reading your script, man.
くとバツボタンを押したらベッドの下に隠れる。隠られる。可能形は平板になるかな。道元さん。
It's only 2 minutes now and look, it's totally fake. I don't know if I should show the whole video because it takes so long time to show this. For me, it's totally fake. Totally fake, fake, fake.
ぜひ私の日本語直してください。でもそれだけではなく
Oh my god, this is really weird, man.
ベッドの下に隠れる。隠られる。可能形は平板になるかな。道元さん、ぜひ私の日本語直してください。でもそれだけでは日本語直してください。
You can see there, he's just looking down and reading. Looking down and reading your script. Same like the polyglot YouTubers. Totally fake.
でもそれだけではなくスカイジャックということもできます。でスカイジャックというのは敵の目から見る能力ということですね。ちょっと見せて
Looking down and reading. Looking down and reading your script.
あげたいと思います。ほら。面白い
Looking down and reading your script.
でしょ。この能力で、敵
Looking down and reading a script. I don't know. Should I show this whole video or what? Like, oh my god. It will take so long time.
がどこにいるか何しているかそういうこともできます。まあそういうこと。ちなみに丸ボタンを押すと
I'll just lower the voice so you can hear me. You can see that you just keep looking down, looking down and
ドアを開け
reading,
るね。お化けちゃん。
looking down and reading.
廊下
because I don't want to post the whole time. It will take too long time if I need to post the whole time. You can see, just look down and reading, looking down and reading, looking down and reading, looking down and reading. Yeah, fake. Looking down and reading, fake. Looking down and reading. Where are you looking? Looking down and reading your script. I think it's very fake. That's how I see it. Looking down and reading the whole time. That's why he put it in the small screen, so people will not notice that he's just looking down and reading. But even if people notice, some people, they'll just believe anything. Some people, they believe anything. That's why they believe the polyglot YouTubers also. And then he'll make some video saying the polyglot YouTubers are fake and you want to expose them. It looks like you're fake too. Look, he's just looking down and reading the whole time. The whole video, he's just looking down and reading. Look, looking down and reading, man. Looking down and reading. Then he say he can speak Japanese and he can speak Chinese and I don't know how many language. Like, what's the difference between him and the polyglot YouTubers pretending to speak 7, 8, 9, 10 languages? It's exactly the same thing. You can see he's just looking down and reading. And this Language Jones, I think, is also fake. And the same with Language Simp. They also pretend to speak many languages, and I think they're totally fake. You can see he's looking down and reading. Looking down and reading. Look, and there was an edit there. Okay, this is just taking too long time. I think I'll not show it all. I'll just move forward. It takes so long time to show all this. Like, oh my god. You can see he's just looking down and reading. Should I play the whole video and show it, like how fake it is? You can see he's just looking down there and reading. Looking down to the side and reading. Like, it's totally fake. You can see that it's totally fake. I don't know if I'll show the whole video, but you can see that it's totally fake. It's totally fake, and he's just looking down and reading the whole time. The whole time he's just looking down and reading. That's why he showed it in a small screen. Look there, you can just see like he's very concentrated looking down and reading. You can see how concentrated he's looking when he's looking down. It's totally fake. Like, he's just looking down and reading, totally fake. And there was an edit there also. Like, he's looking down and reading the whole time. Like, it's very, very, very fake. And I'm very sure most of his languages or all his languages are just some fake. You can see they're just looking down and reading, like. And then he makes some videos saying the polyglot YouTubers are fake and he wants to expose them when it looks like he's also fake. You can see there he's just looking down and reading the whole time. Like, for me it looks very fake. Let's try to move forward. Look, the whole time he's just looking down and reading. Wait. Look there. Just looking down and reading the whole time. And the whole time he's just looking down and reading. It looks very fake. Like, he's just reading a script and then he pretends to speak the language. He's reading a script, pretending to speak a language and editing. Same like the polyglot YouTubers. Then he will say that he is real because he calls himself linguistic. So if you call yourself a linguistic and not polyglot, then you're real. And then after, if you expose the linguistic, then they will not call themselves linguistic anymore. Then they will call themselves language learner or some other word. They'll just use different words instead of polyglot. Then they'll call themselves linguistic or language learner or some other word, while they're also fake. You can see he's just looking down the whole time. I'll move forward because it takes very long time. I just keep moving forward. You can see he's just looking down and reading the whole time. Look, I move forward the time of the video. The whole video just looking down and reading. And I'm sure all the languages are fake like this. You can see just looking down and reading. The whole video looking down and reading. I move forward the time. Okay, I just keep moving the video forward because or else it will take too long time. You can see just keep looking down and reading. Then sometimes he look up for a few seconds, but the rest of the time he's just looking down and reading. You can see he's just looking down and reading.
アメリカ人だよね。確かに。これ。あ、ソウル、頭おかしくなった。
He's just looking down and reading. Same time he's watching some movie or watching something or some game. I don't know. You can see he's just looking down and reading. Look, just looking down and reading a script. The whole time he's just looking down and reading a script, pretending to speak Japanese or pretending to be high level in Japanese.
There
was an edit there also. It's full of edits.
まあこのゲームを続いていきたいと思いますので、ぜひぜひ私のチャンネルに登録してください。こちらはメタ
It's totally fake and full of edits. And he's looking and reading from a script also. Look there, you can see he's just looking down and reading from his script the whole time. Totally fake.
こちらはメタトロンでした。そしてさらば。
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, it looks fake for me. For me, it looks totally fake. This is an unscripted video. Unscripted! He's reading from a script the whole time and editing, and then you say this is an unscripted video. This is an unscripted video where I speak Japanese naturally to you. To increase the difficulty, I'm also playing a game at the same time. You're not really playing the game the same time. You're just showing two different clips. It's like editing. Editing. You have one video, he recorded first one video where he was playing a game. First he recorded one video where he was playing the game, then after he recorded another video where he's looking and reading a script, then he put the two videos together. Video and video editing. Video and video editing. He recorded two different videos. He recorded two different videos. He recorded one video where he was playing a game, then he finished that video, then he recorded another video where he was looking down and reading his script from his computer. And after he finished that video, then he put the two videos together. And then he would say that he was speaking same time he was playing. So it's more difficult to show that he can speak the language. It's totally fake, man. I appreciate this unscripted video. It's totally fake, man. It's totally fake. And I'm very sure the other languages are also fake. His account says United States. I don't know if it's really from Italy or if it's also some made up story. If he is from Italy, then he can speak English and Italian, two languages. But if he is from United States, like his account say, then he can only speak English. And I think there's a chance that he's actually from United States and can only speak one language, English. But if I am wrong and he's from Italy, then he can speak English and Italian, two languages, and the rest are fake. That's my opinion. If he's from Italy, then he can speak Italian and English. But if he's from USA, but pretending to be from Italy, then he can only speak English. So he can only speak one or two languages. Maybe he know a little from different languages. But for me, it looks very fake.